Illuminati music and movies fill the shops in the UK today in a satanic agenda to turn everyone to witchcraft. I'm going to show some footage now I recorded with my phone earlier this week when shopping in Northampton, England, not too far from where I live, when I made a very foolish mistake, it would seem, of stepping into HMV. What I found in there was absolutely appalling, and this isn't the first time I've been so disturbed by what I have seen displayed in their stores. But this time I decided to do something about it, because enough is enough, and you can expect to see more videos like this from here on. In fact, because of what I saw in this store, I'm going to be investigating HMV and others like it. They put it on display everywhere, like there was a specific agenda by this store, which you'll see for yourself in a minute. I won't stand for this anymore, and I'm going to town on these stores for putting it in my face. HMV worships Satan. Fact. The CEO of HMV, Doug Putman, is a Satanist. Fact. Don't even attempt to say otherwise, Doug, because a verdict has already been reached based on the evidence, which speaks for itself. And we do not go lightly on people like you for presenting this and selling it to millions, including kids. Here's the footage. Please be advised, it's quite graphic. Once again. Here I go then. This is the Grosvenor Shopping Centre in Northampton. Now, back to the subject of witchcraft, which you'll see plenty of soon. One thing that seems to be apparent with almost all of you is your lack of understanding of what the Bible says about this. I was watching a Perry Stone teaching a few days ago where he said the largest growing faiths in the world today are those that involve witchcraft. It is running rife, and I don't care what you think about this. Consulting with spirits, mediums, even fortune tellers, however they like to present it, white magic, white witches, oh it's okay, it's used for good, just like Harry Potter. No, it's all forbidden by God, okay? There's no such thing as a white witch. They are completely lost and don't have a clue what they are meddling with. I could dig up tons of scripture on this, the Bible is very clear about it, and I did do that for my Ike's Witches video, please check it out. Here we are then, inside HMV. Take a close look at what made the charts in July 2020, and behold how sick the people behind this are, as well as society as a whole, who now crave this trash, who want this fear programmed into their subconscious minds, which only debilitates and prevents them from doing anything worthwhile. You will have no purpose in life if this is how you live it, not only because it's a waste of time, but because you'll be too afraid. Although I don't think this is Satan's best way of driving fear into the hearts of man. This is just the most obvious. No, I believe the best way is with these idols, whom you adore and revere as though they were gods. Because the moment you do that, you've already acknowledged that you are miniature in comparison when you're not. When you marvel, when you stand in awe and amazement of these celebrity idols here in the movies and up on stage, you automatically put yourself in a state of fear. It's Satan's way of fooling you into thinking you're worthless. That's what idolatry does, and there's more on that in my LDHEL playlist, which I highly recommend. Combine that with the rest that you can see right here, and you're a complete nervous wreck, only you don't know it yet. You're still asleep and absorbing all of this into your subconscious. It's only after you escape from all this malicious programming for a while and then return that you see how destructive it is. like when you drink your first beer or smoke your first cigarette and cannot stand the taste, and for as long as you keep going back to it, you know it's destroying you inside. Those are just the effects of smoking and drinking. This is so much worse. Just imagine how much worse the effects of this programming are, bearing in mind that those responsible for it are satanic. How much worse? It couldn't get any worse. We're not talking lung cancer or liver failure here. This will commit your souls to Hades for eternity. As I said in a previous video, watching and listening to all of this is literally the worst thing you could be doing in the end times. And you're still doing it, aren't you? How many times do you need to see me smashing up a television or burning Lucifer with my improvised flamethrower before you get the message? Let me say it again, just in case you didn't get it the first time. It is literally the worst thing you can be doing in the end times. And people are still sitting there wondering when the devil's going to show up. Wow. You know, I feel insulted that this is how the human race is judged. Because this is how children are judged. With silly little games like this. Lucifer showing up on TV to see if you've been paying attention, to try and catch you out. It's an insult to my intelligence, yet it seems to be working just fine on the rest of you, doesn't it? This is how we are judged? Oh man. I thought it would be a bit more involved than this. A bit more sophisticated. Look at how simplistic it is. This is how you are regarded by God and Satan's angels. This is how dumb they know you are. It's pretty sad, isn't it? More witchcraft here, and you won't believe it, but I found one of Sean Ono Lennon's albums in this HMV store, which really surprised me. I didn't think he was this big. Some of you may recognise this album cover from my Beatles Exposed videos. The Beatles were more covert than this guy, Lennon's son, but that's because he doesn't need to be in this day and age. They can still trick people without having to hide it anymore. It's interesting that HMV chose this particular album of Sean's because it's the least offensive. Agenda. You should see the others. Wow, they are absolutely demonic. HMV obviously realised this, which is why they chose this one as a way of conditioning you to this Satanist music. And make no mistake, Sean Ono Lennon is absolutely a Satanist. Please check out the previous video I did on him in this playlist. This guy is really sick. Remember, all witchcraft is abominable, and it's being used in the superhero movies now as well, which are conditioning your kids. As if the idolatry in these movies wasn't bad enough, their superhuman enhancements, their powers, are becoming more and more craft-like. You should see what they've done with the gaming industry now. It's all witchcraft. And with the latest magicians, people are beginning to see things they've never seen before. They never knew existed, and they think it's cool, but it's not. It's highly dangerous and could do some serious, long-lasting damage. Because once you evoke these spirits, that demonic presence tends to linger wherever you go, and it's hard to shake off. No, I don't have this problem personally, of course. I won't make it my problem. But I know of people who do because of their past. Not necessarily bad people, but ones it would be unwise to spend too much time with, because of that lingering demonic presence I have sensed through visions, signs, mainly nightmares. You don't want that following you around everywhere you go, and neither do your loved ones. Do you want to invite that into your household? I've been to parts of the world where you can't leave the window open at night because of what it might invite. The spirit world is very real and beyond all our understanding. So you don't want to play games like this. And now it's gone from Superman to false gods like Thor and Loki from the Avengers and others. Teens are getting more interested in witchcraft because it's being popularised by these films. Make no mistake, this is the agenda, and those responsible for it have been extremely patient and subtle to get where we are now, which is on the precipice. A pivotal moment in history where all it takes is a little nudge. Please be extremely vigilant and wary in these end times, and avoid all this satanic witchcraft wherever possible. And wherever not possible, let it anger you to the point where you will do something about it, because this is an attack on your soul. Don't forget that, and don't forget how devastating all of this is.